Cool. Before we move on, are you looking at the camera when he's talking, or are you looking at him when he's talking?
I'm
going back and forth.
Okay, that's good.
That's what I was doing too. I was like, because like in my peripheral, I couldn't tell if you were like, we were just like,
no. Yeah,
it's just like,
I'm not just
the full video.
I'm not just like peering into their souls.
Okay.
Fellow adventurers and planeswalkers, welcome to the Knights of Argos. I'm Lee, this is Justin and Brandon, and this is our first video on a working series called Crit and Clang.
So, in Crit and Clang, we review certain games that we will explain the setup, gameplay, and at the end of the review, score it by Crit or Clang. Brandon's going to go more in detail on the game that we will be reviewing today.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the Knights of Argos. Today we're going to start with Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. This is a cooperative deck building game for 2 to 4 players. You will be protecting the Wizarding World against Death Eaters and other villains. The goal is simple. You have to defeat these villains before they overtake the different locations in the Wizarding World, and you do that by acquiring new spells, allies, and items through the game. Every level that you beat will unlock more boxes, which includes more game material from the movies. Each one will add advanced cards that you can acquire, different locations, and additional villains. This is the Game 1 setup. This is the Game 4 setup. And this is the Game 7 setup. Obviously, a lot of things have changed, so we're just gonna go back to Game 1 and talk about that setup. First, you have your location cards. Each one has a number of villain control icons that represent how much control the villains have over it before it is lost. Once you lose all the locations for the level, you've lost the game. As well, each location tells you how many Dark Arts event cards to turn over at the beginning of your turn. Some will inflict damage, some will add villain control, others will make you lose hearts and discard a card. So none of them are good, but every turn you have to deal with at least one. Each level, you must defeat all villains in this pile in order to win. Each villain has an ability which makes the game even harder for you as the heroes to win. These are the Hogwarts cards, which include different spells, items, and allies that you can acquire, all for a different number of influence. We'll get to that in just a bit. Moving down to the character boards, we have the turn order cards, which are pretty self-explanatory, your hero cards, which will upgrade as you move further into the game. Then we move down to the health trackers. Once you take 10 damage, you are stunned, and being stunned is never good. When you become stunned, this is probably the easiest way to lose the game if you're not careful and just become stunned every turn. That'll add a lot of villain control to the locations. At the end of the turn that you are stunned, you will go back to 10 health and gameplay continues. Some effects may make you stunned on another character's turn, which means you may not start your turn with a full hand of cards. Each person starts with 10 unique cards specific to the hero that they are playing. Each one grants influence, attack, card draw, or health. At the end of your turn, you will have to discard any unplayed card, so you might as well play everything. Get those extra influence, get those extra bolts. You may never know what exactly you may have at the end of your turn. Once you have played your entire turn, you will discard all played and unplayed cards and then draw 5 cards. Some effects will make you discard cards on other characters' turns as well. So, yeah. Moving on to the icons you can receive. First are the attack icons. These represent the damage that you're going to deal to the villains. Once a villain has taken a number of damage equal to their health, you will receive a reward and the villain will be discarded. The other icon are the influence icons, and this is what you will use to purchase the different Hogwarts cards. Once you buy a card, it will be replaced immediately. That is the basic setup for the first game.
Their fingers like went in between my toes, and I was like, how dare you? After playing the game, we have formed opinions on why we like and dislike the game. For me, I really like the game because it introduces characters and items that
aren't seen in the movies. Not a lot of people know what a Bezoar is or who Fenrir Greyback is, but in the game you get to see who and what these different things are. And it's really fun to just be reminded of those things from the books. What did you guys like about it?
Well, there was nothing that was super special or anything, but I did like the whole game in general as a whole. The mechanics, the overview, just how everything played with each character.
Kind of piggybacking on Brandon and Lee, because I'm not too familiar with the whole, like the full lore of Harry Potter. But while playing the game, I was able to learn certain creatures and learn certain characters a little bit more. And then what I like the most about the game is just the whole mechanics of the player that you're, well, the character that you're playing. And like for me, Neville, right? Yeah, he's more of a healing player, but when you're starting out as a low, like level 1, you don't really have much effects. But as you change into what, level 2, 3? Level 3, you grow up kind of into it, like a team for that on the second, which one is it? Like for like when you get changes to the second card.
Seventh year.
Well, you changed to the second one, the third box where we were just about to play it.
Yeah.
And then the last one is in the seventh.
In the 7th box. But as he grows, technically, he gets more effects. So that's why I like it. It shows kind of progression towards that character, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly. And it reflects, like how the movies are in the books. They each grow up, and even with the other cards, that are in the game, they get to meet more people, they get to experience new things, and it just makes them grow, which makes.
Now, going into the kind of the things that we didn't quite enjoy or certain improvements that needs to be done. For me, there's not really a lot of negative things I can think of, but there's one where just if you're not too familiar with, how to set up a board game or things of that nature, it can be pretty intimidating. I know for a fact that I would be very intimidated, but of course Brandon is more familiar with the board games and everything, and he was able to set it up quick. But after playing it a couple of times, I started to realize, okay, I can see like the pattern and everything. After a while, it does become easy, but it's just that first initial like, okay, how do I start? That's kind of intimidating, but other than that, it just takes time.
Yeah, especially because in the later ones, you start adding more cards, right? Like you start adding, because of every year that they've gone through, right?
Yeah.
So you start adding more and more.
Yeah, and different things you just need to keep remembering. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of very specific mechanics that, because I've played so many times, it's kind of easy to remember and remind other people. But if you're playing with a group of new people, just keep the rules out. Definitely to help remind yourself of all those things.
Yeah, because I think that was the only thing that I thought as well, that it was just for someone new, or especially for someone who hasn't played board games, I think that could be a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
But I think like just the playing mechanics itself is pretty simple all around. But after you start getting into the other years, it can get pretty heavy. The things that I disliked about this game in particular, I was expecting a little bit more like special, or the fact that your characters could individually, like I felt like it was just going around in circles,
Doing the same things.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand kind of what you're saying. Like, everyone's ability, technically, we all can do.
Yeah, because we all work together.
Perfectly,
because I can get what you're saying, because like, even though I was considered the healer, sometimes I was throwing big punches.
Yeah, and like I could turn
big
into like Hermione could just pull up lots of healing cards, and then that's my mechanic. There's nothing special about that. I mean, that's how I'm seeing it. Maybe.
No, yeah, that's definitely how I see it.
Yeah, and if there was like a thing that only Harry can do, can stop 1 damage from a villain, like something
or like stop one of those
the dark arts.
Yeah, from stopping it or something.
Yeah.
Like that would feel like more impactful for me as a player playing like that character to do something, and not just go kind of in a circle. We're all working together. That's fun and all, but I just wanted something more impactful.
Gotcha. After a lot of consideration, I do have one tiny thing, which is very specific to, I think, me and probably my family. the way that we play. But as you play the game, you add more and more cards per level, which makes, if you play this a lot, it makes the level 1 cards very boring. And when you start like shuffling them in, you become more aware about the level 1 cards that are coming up because they're displayed so often. So I know that's why we sleeve. That's one of the biggest reasons why we sleeve the cards, like most of the cards on the list.
Just maintenance-wise, just thinking about the maintenance of
And
it.
just picking them up, you're gonna be like kind of bending them a bit and just
Exactly. So I know that's one of the tiniest things for me, and that happens with a lot of card games, you know, too. That like once they're played a lot, and this game is a family favorite. That's just one tiny little thing, you know. It's just
which you can fix with the
with sleeves and stuff like that. But yeah, it's harder to become surprised by like the cards that you're picking and the cards that are coming up because you can kind of tell what level they're coming from. That's just literally a tiny thing. But yeah, so I guess each of us is going to now decide if the game was a crit or a climb. You know, crit definitely means we'll play again. We could recommend it to lots of people. You know,
definitely a buy.
Yeah, definitely buy. And then a clang, we may not play again. You know,
It's not that memorable. Oh, you have that game? Let's play it.
exactly. So it's going to be kind of a collector's item. You know, stuff like that.
So from 1 to 18 for a D20.
1 to 20.
Oh, 1 to D20. 1 to D20. Oh, wow.
Like you said, went to 18 on the D20. I'm like,
wow.
I was
wait,
like,
what?
Wow.
We removed the crit and clang.
Wow.
And it was 2 to 19. Like,
2 to 19. From crits, 20. Clang, 1. I would say this is a 17. A 17. I think that it's a good game. It's engaging. And I think it's good for family-wise, to have a good family night for board games. I think it's a 17 for that. I think it's good.
I'll take that.
Well, for me, it's gonna be. I enjoyed this game. I would definitely buy it. I'm gonna go the same 17.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great game, and I'll definitely play it. But it's not, you know, like
It's not
crazy.
perfect,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like where, with me too, like I love this game so much. I'm just a big cooperative like game player. I'm not very competitive. So games like this where we can like, well, like games like this, you know, like we're all working together, one big common goal, you know, and it includes something, you know, like Harry Potter that I love, you know, I really want to rank this high, but I know specifically what my favorite game is, and I think that game is better than this game. So that's why it's hard to. So I'm gonna give it a 19.
Wow.
It's right there. Like I said, it's one of my favorite games. It can use a little bit more, just a tiny bit more.
Thank you guys for watching our review. Please like and subscribe to become a Knight of Argos.
If you've all thought that this was a crit or a clang, please let us know. And if there are any other board games you want us to review.
Alright, that's it. We'll see you guys